The strength of my life is full of mistakes and glory, but this time it's lights out as P.O.D testifies to their roots in stereo with OutOnTheRock.com and P.O.D. My name is Wally Waller, and that is P.O.D.
Yeah, man.
What up?
Thank y'all.
Well
nice.
done, dude.
That was good.
That was impressive.
Awesome.
One taker.
Very cool.
Practicing.
Got a professional up in here.
Bass.
Back down the line.
Yeah, and I play guitar.
I play drums.
Vocals for that.
Testify. What does it mean, and how did you come at the album?
I think Testify for us, for me, and speaking for the rest of the guys in the band, I think it was more of just a culmination of years of us being together for 14 years and never backing down from what P.O.D has always been about, what we've always talked about. It's like, last album it was, Payable on Death, our self-titled album, and this one I think was just the next level of that, and that's just us not not changing, not wavering from what we are.
Cool.
And from a musical standpoint, I just on bass, I think I've always tried to approach music from a song standpoint individually, and not necessarily how many licks can Trey pull off.
Right.
Because I can do all that stuff if I need to, but it's all about the song anyway. And I think the most important thing just was to be flavorful and just incorporate everything that P.O.D is, whether it be rock, funk, jazz, reggae, whatever, into my playing and into my input into the band. So
This being my second album with these guys and only being involved with them for 3 years, going on tour and spending time and able to get more cohesive. A whole lot more showed up on Testify, as far as the freedom to be who I am and really see the way Love ticks and Trey ticks and Sonny ticks. There's a way that they approach things and I approach things, and I think it took 3 years to really, find that thing.
Right.
So, and then this album was a longer album. We spent a lot of time on it, so it wasn't rushed. It was a chance for us to, explore our personal influences, and my personal influences outside of rock and roll are very jazz influenced, and so it's laced all up inside that stuff as far as guitar is concerned.
Cool.
But then, of course, just wanted to be like, spending time in San Diego was important for me too, because I have been where they eat and where they hang out and where their family is, and so kind of catch that flavor and put it in the guitar riffs and be able to catch some of that street mentality.
Cool. Well, on that same city flavor tip, you've got a little bit of connection to here at Little Rock.
Yeah, and the same thing, because that's where I was born and raised, and my first band spent a lot of time playing here, a real heavy hardcore band, and so to bring all those roots, and on this album these guys really helped me diversify my playing, especially getting into the reggae and into some of the little more loose type playing, and yeah, I think it shows up on Testify a lot.
I mean, I know on this record, for me, the way we did our last record was kind of weird, because we were kind of forced to go in the studio and come up with an album real quick, you know what I mean? And I know during that time it was just real hectic for us, you know what I mean, as a band, and getting used to playing with Truby and stuff like that. My whole approach on this record was just to have fun, man, you know what I mean? Take our time, and however long it was going to take, so be it, you know what I mean? Like, nobody was going to tell us what to do. We were going to come up with the songs on our own time and not let, like, any outside influence, like, bear down on us or do anything like that. And as far as playing drums, man, when these guys come up with riffs, or whoever comes up with riffs, it's just about putting the beat down, you know what I mean? And trying to make it, and just try to get my flavor. That's it.
Yeah. Man, it's like you said before, there is that rock influence, there's rap, definitely reggae, and it's it's a collaboration of 14 years of making records and touring and making music together. So we didn't really set any boundaries. We actually wrote or recorded about 22 songs, mixed them, mastered them, and these were 13 songs that made the record. Right. So when you listen to the record, it's not hear the same song over and over.
Right.
And there's some songs that I like better that didn't make the record than some of the songs that made the record. Right. So it's just a big, I would say a gumbo of music, different styles and different flavors, and but we do what we like to do, and that is vocally. I love rap music. I love reggae music.
Yeah.
And so it mixes in. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool. Is there a mission that when you guys sit down and go, hey, we want to accomplish or make this point made or communicated? Or?
I think 14 years later, I think all of us have the same heart. Whether it's I think we've always wanted to write music that would affect people, would touch people, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You know, I don't think any of us ever said, I want to go out and just be a rock band and be famous and make money and, you know, live that life. It was like, you know, we want our music to touch people. And then I think, you know, now 14 years later, you know, when someone comes up and says, dude, your music changed my life, or your music, you know, helped me get through, you know, this phase of my life, or, you know, my parents were killed in an accident and your music helped me keep me sane, you know. And when we hear that, you know, those are the times that we realize for me, it's always been encouraging, it's always been hopeful. You know, we realize that we are just a rock band, you know what I mean, but at the same time, you know, I mean, we want to get out there, we do want to rock the crowd, we do want to tear the roof off, but at the same time, you know, the ones that come back and say, man, you know, your music changed my life, that's what encourages us to keep doing it.
I think it works on people in different ways, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what somebody reads a book doesn't get the same thing that somebody else reads it, you know what I'm saying? I think with our music, like Sonny was saying, we always try to keep it positive, and the underlying messages have always been like, you know, what has brought us out of trouble, you know, is our faith in God. What keeps us straight, you know, our families, our friends, the people that keep us real, you know what I'm saying? Right. And those things that are like the foundation to this band, and those are all like, you know, in the songs. And I think the more and more people listen to it, then they're like, oh, that's what they're talking about. They weren't talking about, you know, a satellite. They were talking about God, you know what I mean? Like talking about a spirit. But we don't like doing it cheesy, where it's like, hey, Jesus loves you, or pray this way, or do it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because we're still trying to figure it out ourselves, but at the same time, we always like to do and write songs that have metaphors that go down with the things that we believe, you know what I mean?
Dude, that's why I like the title, Testify.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it wouldn't, like Sonny always says, it wouldn't be necessarily a Christian word if it wasn't coming from P.O.D. Like, you know, Rage Against the Machine can use it in their song, and it's like, oh, that's just some wartime stuff, let's do it, let's get hard. Right. But when P.O.D. says it, it's like, are they testifying about their life, you know, being a Christian, or what does that mean? You know what I mean? But I think it's cool that people have that mystique about our band. They want to dig deeper and find out what exactly we're talking about. I think that's how the songs get more and more powerful as time goes on and people start listening to the words.